Hello and welcome back to another DIY video. Today we're going to be working on a 2010 Cadillac SRX. This is the 3-liter V6 version front wheel drive. The DIY should be the same for 2010 going all the way up to 2016 for the second generation. But before we get started, make sure you give me that thumbs up to help the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel in the bottom right hand corner. It costs you nothing and helps me out a ton. Some tools you're going to need for this DIY: you're going to need a 15mm bit, an oil filter removal tool, torque wrench, this is optional, 3/8 ratchet, 6 quarts of your 5W30, your oil filter, and of course some oil pans, and wheel ramps or jack stands, whichever you have. To get started, you want to go ahead and pop your hood. It's on the driver's side. Pull it. Let's go to the front. Now from the front of the car, get this out of the sun. There's a lever. Let's see if I can zoom in more. There's a lever right here. This is what it looks like at the top of the car. Your oil fill, oops, is right here. You want to go ahead and take it off. Okay, just put it somewhere safe. And of course your dipstick is right here. Make sure you get your car up to operating temperature before we get started on draining the oil. From the front of the car, I'm going to go in right under right here. Go all the way back where this is, where the cats are right there, or the exhaust pipe. Alright, so I want to go ahead and let that drain out for a little bit. I'm going to go clean off the drain bolt. So of course here is your drain bolt. I just sprayed some brake cleaner on it on this side. You'll notice that it does not have a crush washer, but there's a rubber gasket already built into this drain bolt. I like to change mine out every other oil change. Totally up to you though. You can replace it now if you are more comfortable with it. Now that we're waiting for that to drain out, we're going to go ahead and remove our oil filter. You can actually see it from the top. It is this little white canister right here. So if you look at your dipstick, look right beneath it. I'm trying to zoom in. Right there. You can attempt to remove it from the top, or you can go on the bottom. I'm actually going to try to do it from the bottom. So from the front of the car, I'm going to attempt to do this with the camera in hand. So I'm going to lay down, scooting in. I'm under the car right now, obviously. And there it is. Again, I'm going to attempt to do mine from the bottom. Careful, this is obviously very hot. Where your exhaust is. Now get your little secondary pan. Hold it right at the bottom of this. And this, I can tell, is going to be super messy. There it is. Alright, we'll let that drain up for a moment. And then I'm going to pull it all the way off. I'm going to let that drain out. I think I'm actually going to try to pull it out from the top. Alright. Yeah. I think that's easier from the top. make sure you have your pan at the bottom. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get this new one prepared. Just get some of this oil. I'm gonna pour some in here, but then I'm also gonna put a thin layer on the rubber seal, the gasket seal right here. Make sure that the gasket seal came off with the old one on the oil filter housing, so you don't double gasket it, because it will leak. All right, let's go ahead and get it reinstalled. All right, so we'll go ahead and put on the oil filter. To put it back on, looks like it's going to be a little bit easier to do it from under the car. But it was easier to remove it from up top. I want to stop the camera. It's super hard to do this, so you get the idea. All right, so the oil filter is on there. It's pretty tight. It's hand tight though. I personally am not going to torque it down or anything. Do what you're comfortable with. So it has been draining long enough. I'm going to go ahead and put the drain bolt back in. 15 foot-pounds. All right, I'm going to put it back in. That should do it. 15 foot-pounds. So now we're back up top. Scoot this over to the side. This right here, you're going to need a pretty sharp funnel because it goes down kind of deep. I'm going to put mine up to 5.5 and then top it off. Alright, so put mine right at 6 quarts. Go ahead and pull out your dipstick and check it. There's going to be 2 markers, a minimum and a maximum. Just make sure it's somewhere there in the middle. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. Again, if you like this type of content, make sure to give me that thumbs up to help with the YouTube algorithm. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Costs you nothing and helps me a ton. See you in the next one.